You have to not trade every single day, and you have to learn when not to trade. It's a strategy that you can use once the logic is set. This thing up here, it's just a way to look at the deal. Okay, so in this webinar, what I'm going to be talking about is some of the things that can help you to become consistent in your trading, but at the same time, what are the shortcut steps that can you take to make sure when you're looking at the charts, what is it that can be done soon? And what are the things that you can avoid? You know, you've probably heard many times people say, you know, you have to not trade every single day and you have to learn when not to trade. These are very important pieces, but to know to do that requires a little bit of understanding. Let's get straight into the charts. Now, when looking at a chart, how do I know which one to trade, especially if you're in FX? And how do I know what time frame to do? And should I be trading today or tomorrow? How do I know what to do? And then I can get into a little bit of details. One thing I want you to understand is think of trading like deal flow. Okay, there's a deal coming your way. So when you wake up in the morning and you know really well about PlayStations, for example, let's say you're a gamer, okay, and your gaming device known as PlayStation, it's worth $500, $600. And if you find it for $400, you're like, that's a deal. I know it's a deal because I know that industry. So how do we prepare ourselves to know before we go out there looking for deals? So what's essentially happening is looking for deals is basically saying, where am I going to find my deal in these options that are available out there? So coming into the market, you're looking for a deal. The next thing to do is to understand a deal works on what? It works on price. So whether that deal you get today, 3 hours from now, 15 minutes ago, doesn't matter. So one thing I want to remove from your mind is this thing up here, it's just a way to look at the deal. But if I go in down to the 5-minute chart and I see something coming down like this, is that a deal? It's not. It's a deal for millisecond. It's a deal there. But for you to make any money, wherever you buy from, it needs to go higher. And that's what we want to solve. Okay. Now, if I open this chart right here, and let's say, and you're looking at your charts and you're like, I see my price is right here. I see resistance right here. This is the top. Prices went down from there. I see a support here. I'm going to draw a line like that. But what are you trying to do? Well, if there's a resistance here, and if I draw a Fibonacci here, and the Fibonacci retracement says this is a 60 or 70% retracement, therefore it must sell. Okay, good. You're putting some analysis onto it from whatever you tried to learn. Correct. How do you know if it's going to work though? We're going to move away from how do we get in on it all the time, because that's what everybody wants, right? Everybody wants a strategy. Couple of things you need to do first. Now, what I've done is I've opened up Euro on my charts here for you guys to see. Okay. Now, if you look at Euro, this is Euro USD. This is Euro CAD, Euro Swiss franc, Euro Aussie, Euro New Zealand, and Euro Yen. They're all Euro, right? I want to know for a whole, what's happening to the Euros? Euros are going down in this one, down-ish in this one, not that much. Sideways in this one, upwards in this one, upwards in that one, sideways to downish in that one. I don't want a deal that doesn't have stability. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to notice what's the demand of the market.
Now, are you curious about the exact strategy Navin has been using to approach the markets? The Mastering Price Action course reveals all of that. In that course, you're going to understand the logic behind each price action movement. And from that, you will be able to take your trading to the next level by having a much more solid understanding of the markets. And because you're a subscriber, just click on the link in the description below to access our exclusive discount. Time to take your trading to the next level. All right, let's get back to the video.
All right, we're going to go to New Zealand. New Zealand USD, this way. New Zealand CAD, this way. New Zealand Swiss, this way. New Zealand Yen, this way. Now, in this one, New Zealand's on the right side, which means the chart is flipped upside down. This means the same thing. Upwards means the same thing, because all of the charts represent New Zealand is weak. Now, wait a minute. It's not just one chart. It's across the board. New Zealand is getting weak across the board. That means for whatsoever reason, people are dumping the New Zealands. Okay, moving forward even deeper. As the markets keep flowing in a certain way and you're like, okay, you've come to a conclusion, New Zealand is weak and you know people are trying to get rid of it. If they're saying they want to get rid of it, that means they want to sell. Who wants to sell? Big boys want to sell. It's across the board. That means they're dumping it by the barrels. So your opportunity is, I can help in this process, but I don't want to sell here because I needed to go further to make any money. So I need a deal. If I can get some kind of a better rate, let's say the rate is $10 down here, and now people are willing to pay for it for $15. You're like, I know New Zealand is being dumped and I'm getting it for $15 now a piece. So you're asking the guy, can I help you? I will help you sell this at $15. I will put up the money for it so we can sell it later and get a profit off of that. If this way it doesn't make sense on the sell side, let me flip it over to the buy side. In the event New Zealand is strong, which means it's no longer, it's more like, gimme. I can't wait to get enough of it. So the chart looks like this on all the New Zealand. It's going upwards and you're like, I don't want to pay that $100 price, whatever that price might be. Because for me to make any money, it's got to go up to 105 or 110. I can't do that because I don't know if it's going to go higher. So all I can do is say, can I get a pullback? Can I get a discount? Now, when the discount comes in, which means anything below the 100 is a deal for you now, right? Your job is to see if I get anything below 100, let's say the price is 90. Is 90 a good deal? It's less than 100. I can make some money there. What if it goes to 80? What if it goes to 70? So now the game for you as a trader is, okay, I don't want to pay 100, but whether it's 90, 80, 70, or 60, whatever the price is, how do I know when to get in? So at least that logic is there in your mind. I don't want to pay 100 at least. So when the markets are flying upwards, one thing you need to walk away from this webinar and know is whatever happens, I'm not paying that price. What do you think? I'm stupid? So every time when you see the price jump and the news event releases and it's flying upwards, don't hit the buy button. So now a deal is coming your way. Price is coming back, price is coming back, price is coming back. Now you have all kinds of tools in your favor to tell you how do you determine the deal. You can do the deal based on Fibonacci, which is there's a line here, there's a line there, there's a line here, there's a line here. It's got to be one of these lines. Okay, you're no better than the guy who's saying, I don't know what number. So the guy who's doing Fibonacci and saying, I need some kind of a percentage discount. You're no better than the guy who's saying 90, 80, 70, 60. I don't know. Then there's a guy who says, ooh, you see the support resistance? I'm going to draw this line here. Oh, that's the most beautiful line that I have drawn. It's so good. All you know, it's below 100. Okay, so now, then there's the other guy. This price should be good because there's a moving average running through this area. That's dynamic support and resistance. That's another tool. Another guy will say, I have a nice trend line going through here. So 60 price should be good because I got a trend line, baby, right? It's no better than the guy saying 90, 80, 70, what price? All of this comes under one conclusion. It is not whether my hypothesis of what indicator is going to hold, oversold, overbought, RSI, MACD, bat pattern, cat pattern, whatever it is. The question is, whatever deal I get, when does the deal end? Will it resume? That is the number one question of the trader. So let me take you back to the charts. All right, now, when looking at a chart, let's say you get up to a certain price. Let's say here is your certain price, and then the price just doesn't go any higher from there, right? It starts meandering at whatever this price is. Okay, we'll call it price X. Okay, it's that price, and that price we want that minus something, -1, -2, -3. We want that minus something to know it's a deal. Now you can go further by saying, if this has been going up, 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 do I want a 5% discount? I see a pullback, and there's another thing that's saying, do you think all the larger players who really want this, will they want that little bit of a dip? They want a bigger dip. They want a bigger thing so they can say, ah. So the question comes in is, how do you measure when it's going to stop? Now, prices are going up and they start to pull back and they're coming down and they're coming down. The one thing you need to do, the discounts are coming in hot. Okay. They were at $100 and they dropped $80 in 5 seconds. Then they hung around $80 and $90 for 3 days. Then it went from 90 to 50 in 5 seconds. Do you think the deal has stopped? Now that's a big deal. It went from $100 to $50 overall, but it dropped from 90 to 50. I want you to focus on this deal got bigger and better than before. Why? There's something wrong. Why are they getting rid of this? If they're getting rid of this, I need to wait because I might get a better deal out of this thing. Now, prices go from 50 to 80. It goes back up to 80 very slowly. Does that tell you the demand that was there before, those guys are back? They're hungry for more, baby. Does that give you that information? All that's going to do is anyone who's looking at this as an SNR is going to start pulling out their hair saying, oh my God, I missed this trade. Oh no, that was a 50% retracement, 61.8 beauty. I missed it. Did you miss it? There's a beautiful trend line going through here. All you know so far, the discounts were dropping and then the discounts dropped faster. And now when the buyers came back, they're like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to buy this. You don't want to buy that. After that, what's next? As it inched its way up to 80, it starts creeping down. 80, it takes 1 day to become 70. It takes 2 days to become 60. And then it takes 5 seconds to go up to 90 again. How do you feel now? Now, the first thing you need to do to get out of your mind is, I knew 50 was the price. That, you gotta kill that desire. But as 60 triggers and goes fast to 90, you're like, I think they're back. You're still not adamant yet. You want to do the next phase. Prove it to me. On its way again? I am now going to get ready to buy this. This allows you to bypass the nonsense. If you had bought at any random price and the price goes down, you're dead. But if you buy as it's leaving, what it's doing is from the pendulum, you are choosing, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't see him, I don't see him, I don't see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. Notice the difference on this side. You're saying, I have my discount. Where are you, big boy? Come on. And all you're doing is waiting for them to return. If they return, you know that the deals and the demand is still on. So once you get the idea of all this thing, look at this thing right here. As this market goes up, 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 and it pauses and it smashes down as a discount. Hey, that's a 50% discount. Should I buy it? I don't know. Is the big boys buying it? If they're not buying it, I don't want it. Then it goes, right? This proves to me I might get a better deal. And here comes the deal. Bam, bam. Now what I'm doing is I'm measuring how big was the deal last time and how fast. I'm going to say here, I'm going to mark this area. I don't care about this junk in the middle. I'm marking this area here because that was the last price seen. Did you get a better deal in terms of price? They tried to give a better deal in terms of price. Distance, this amount, looks very similar, but sometimes there's a buyer who jumped up. We're on alert. Whatever this thing is it back? Now, if it's back, we can reverse engineer it in hindsight once the trade is gone and it's flying up and everyone's making money. Then we can put a nice Fibonacci here and say, oh, did you see that 61.8? Oh, You can do all that afterwards. Did you see this SNR from here? You can do all that afterwards. You can draw your trend lines and say, oh my God, this is orgasmic sensation. All that is afterwards. Logic first. Why should it go up? Number one, if you're getting in, do you need it yourself? No. Make sure there's a player first before you get in. Make sure there's a big player again getting into the market so you know the demand is back, baby. Let me get ready also. I can help you load up on these prices. I know you want it, and then I can sell it to you when it gets more expensive. So far, so good? Is this logic making sense? And I try to do it on a chart-based format. So one of the things we're looking at right now heavily is New Zealand Swiss franc. This is a pair. Is this a downtrend, Navin? Is this an uptrend? Is this a range? What are we looking at? How do we know it's a deal? Well, you don't have to look at this. Remember, we did the New Zealand stuff together. You see this trend line? That trend line broke, bruh. You don't buy the trend line break. You buy the test of the trend line break. How's that working out? It's not working out, right? It's because you're not supposed to do that. It's a strategy that you can use once the logic is set. Okay, so now all the stuff that we did, it's already on the Market Beats app. It's just that additional tool. It'll do it for you in case you don't want to do it manually like I just showed you. So it'll give you all of that stuff and it'll tell you it's hot. And when it tells you it's hot, then you can start to look at it and say, okay, I see this is the situation. It's going down, 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 down from, I don't know, whatever this day is to whatever this day is. I can see the flow of price. The price goes down. So if someone tells me, hey, Navin, but isn't 2025 a uptrend? Yeah, it is, but it's going down. So I want to know is, when does my big boy come back? Once this thing crashes, then I'll leave the door open for everyone to draw whatever Fibonacci they want out of this thing. Maybe they don't draw it from there. They say, no, that's not how you draw Fibonacci. You have to draw it from here to here. No, that's not how you draw. No, wait, sorry. 1 second. You draw it from this high to this low. No, not the tails. You just take the body. No, not the body. You take the tail and the body and the soul, and you draw it from soul to soul. So whether it's 50% discount or 52%, who cares? All you need to know is I need to sell. You got to know that first. Little quick experiment for you guys, okay? You seller, you want to sell that thing. Sell. And then the buyer is giving you, oh, I want to buy a lot. If he wants to buy a lot, are you going to give a discount? No way. You're the store. Someone wants to buy. Let him. You sell a little bit. And then he still buys a lot more and he offers you more. You're like, well, then if that's the case, I'm giving you less discount. I don't need to do any technical analysis here. I'm just feeling out. The guy still buys. Okay, let him buy. What's the problem? Let him. But he broke the 50% retrace. Shut up. Don't give me that nonsense. I don't care. Let him buy. What's the problem? And then some deal happens. The discount drops. They found a price that they both say, let's do business. I know you want it and I know you want to sell it. Now the deal is taking place. Once that deal is starting to take place, we become alert as traders because we are sitting out here with binoculars and we're watching this thing and you're like, what the F is going on? Their buyer's lost his mind. He keeps buying and the seller's not coming back in. But I know the seller has a lot of demand. Where is the damn seller? And then he finally shows up. Deal. And my stupid buyer again. But once he came up this time, how's the drop? And then he came up less this time. How's the drop? So I want you to start looking at this from your lens of logic of how do you feel a transaction is taking place? So 2025, you got to promise me you're going to walk away from ridiculous nonsense of just memorizing a certain pattern. Because it's not a pattern game. You know it. I just talked about it for an hour trying to get it to you guys. This was very heavily theory based. I want you to go into some of the previous webinars that we've done all throughout 2024 and try to see if it makes sense through the logic lens of things, when you look at it, then I want you to take that information. Don't be intellectual. Be smart. Take that information and go and put action around it. Start with demo. Try it. Okay? Because this is nothing without the action. You got to put them both together. Only then should you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Should you give likes? Because I want you to do it based on performance. I hope you guys liked everything that we did. Thank you all for attending. Until we meet again next time. Cheers. Bye for now.